Hello everyone, I'm Andrea. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back to my channel if you are not new here. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about whether or not you should be in the notary signing agent business. And I'm going to base that off of 3 skills that you should have. If you do not have these skills, then I don't think you should join the notary signing agent business. Or if you're not willing to develop these skills, you definitely shouldn't be in this industry. So let's get into those 3 skills. Now, before I actually get into those 3 skills, I want to preface something. I want to tell you guys a little story on why I'm creating this business. And it's because for the last week, I have been doing notary corrections. A title officer has reached out to me to go out and correct a lot of the mistakes that notaries have made. And usually the notary who made the mistake is supposed to go out and fix the mistake, but they are refusing to fix their mistakes. And it makes me upset because it has caused signers funding conditions. It has made them miss their interest rate that they were guaranteed, and a lot of the signers are furious. Like, we don't know how to do our job correctly, or if we don't know how to run a successful notary signing agent business, a lot of families can get hurt by that. And so I wanted to make this video, and I want to tell you guys a little story that happened to me the other day. And the mistake that the notary made was forgetting to have the signers sign the trustee verbiage after their name. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, is when you get a set of loan documents or a real estate package of documents, under the signature line, it'll have their name, and then after their name, it'll have trustee verbiage. And the notary forgot to have the signer sign with the trustee verbiage after their name. And none of the docs could be recorded because of that trustee verbiage missing. And so I had to go back out, and the interaction that I had with the signers were terrible. It is not the worst interaction that I've had with signers. I have a lot of horror stories that I am going to tell you guys in future videos, so be on the lookout for those. I call up the signers, I confirm the appointment, everything was good. They knew that they had to re-sign the documents, but when I got there, I found out that they didn't know why they had to re-sign the documents. And so I ring the doorbell, and the first thing that I do before entering a signer's home is I will ask if they would like me to put shoe covers on or take off my shoes. So the husband opens the door, and he's like, "No, why would I have you take off your shoes?" With an attitude. He said it just like that. And I said, okay, no problem. So I go in the house, and he was like, right in here. And he points into the kitchen, and he takes out his ID out of his wallet, and he throws it on the table. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, call me when you need us. Now that right there was where I was very confused, because usually a signer doesn't walk away while I'm getting my stuff out of my notary bag and sitting it out on the table. Usually they're sitting at the table, you know, waiting for me to pull out everything. But no, he left, and he told me to call them when I needed them or when I was ready for them. And so I take everything out of my notary bag, and I called them and told them I was ready. The wife comes in, and this is the first interaction that I'm having with the wife. And she walks in with a annoyed look on her face, and she has her ID in the head, and she flicks it across the table to the point where it falls off of the table near my chair. And I look at her, and I smile, and I pick up the ID. next to me. And I sit it down and I'm like, okay, are we ready to sign? And then she was like, I have something to say. And I said, okay. And she says to me, I think you're very stupid. And I'm shocked. I'm baffled. I'm like, okay. And I ask, why is that? And she said, well, I don't understand why we're re-signing these loan documents when we just did it a couple days ago. And then I explained to her, well, the previous notary forgot to have you sign something after your name. And so that's what we're going to have to do. And she was like, well, why can't you just get the previous loan documents and then have us sign it after our name? Again, I got this signing from a signing service. I don't think a lot of signers know about signing services and knowing that we don't work directly for the title company, that we're working for the signing service. And I didn't want to really explain all that. Pretty sure you guys know that that wouldn't work because then the title officer would have to ship me the documents. And that costs more money to that. I'm already getting paid to go make the correction that another notary did. And so now they would have to pay more money because I still have to ship those documents back, right? So that's why. And I was like, oh, well, the title, and then so I told her, I was like, oh, the title company didn't give me the original documents. And she was like, okay, well, I don't want to re-sign everything. And I was like, okay, legally you do not have to sign anything. I'm not going to force you to sign anything. And so the husband is talking to his wife. They're going back and forth with each other. And he's like, we just need to sign these documents. Finally, the husband convinces her to sign the documents. And so we're signing the documents, but it didn't tell her that she had to sign the trustee verbiage afterwards before all of this happened. And so I told her while signing that she would have to sign, the trustee verbiage. And she got even more pissed. She didn't want to sign it word for word. And so I told her, like, if you don't sign it word for word, then documents were going to have to be redrawn, and another notary or me would have to come back out and have you re-sign it again, and it won't close, and things like that. And she was like, okay, fine. So she signs it verbatim. Then I pass that same page to the husband. And now the husband has a problem. The husband doesn't want to sign the date in the trustee verbiage. Like, let's say the date said January 1st, 1926. He didn't want to write the full word January, blah, 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 blah. He wanted to write 01, blah, 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 blah. Okay, he wanted to write the numbers. I was like, unfortunately, I had to explain what I explained to her to him. So a signing should have taken me 45 minutes or less. Took me 2 hours. And then so after that situation and another situation that happened to me, I'm not going to get into that one. That's another story for another time. Has made me realize that I need to sit down and make this video and tell all new notary signing agents out there, or even current notary signing agents out there, that if you don't have these 3 skills, you need to develop them, or you need to use them in your notary signing agent business. So now let's actually get into what those 3 skills are. So the first skill is technical skills. And what technical skills are is just having the knowledge and the ability to do what you're asked and to do the job. So as a notary signing agent, our first job is being a notary public. So I say to all of you guys that it is super important that you know your notary public laws for your state. Okay? We are notary publics first, which means we have to abide by notary public state laws. Okay? I can't stress enough how important it is to know them. Like, I feel like I just repeated the same sentence 3 times because I can't stress enough how important it is to know your notary public laws. You can get sued. You can lose your commission. You can go to jail if you do not know your notary public laws and if you break them. I know in a lot of states that it's not required to take a notary public course or exam, but here in California it is. And I'm so glad that California has that rule or that requirement, because if I didn't take a course as a notary public, I probably would have broken all the laws as a notary public. But please, please take a notary public course before becoming a notary signing agent. And if you are in California, I took Easy Notary. I'll leave a link in the description box of the Easy Notary public class that I took. But so yeah, know your notary laws. And also, I think it's super important to know how to fill out the forms as notary signing agents that we have to fill out, or knowing how to fill out the documents to help the signers fill out. So we have to fill out the USA Patriot Act form. It's super important that we know how to fill that out correctly, and helping signers or guiding them through filling out the PCOR or any documents or the statement of information, or really just any document that they have to fill out. Okay, so for technical skills, again, just knowing the job or having the ability to do the job. The next important skill to have is human skills, also known as people skills. And what I mean by that is being professional, knowing how to pick and choose your battles, and knowing how to de-escalate a situation. Now, the story that I told you guys in the beginning of the wife calling me stupid, if I didn't have people skills in that situation, I could have cussed her out. Or I could have gotten angry. But instead I didn't. I handled it in a professional way. Another thing with going along with having people skills is if I make a mistake as a notary signing agent, it is my job to go out and go the extra mile for free, literally and figuratively, to go out and fix my mistake that I made. This week I had 10 signings fixing other notary mistakes because they didn't want to fix the mistake. We are running a business. In a business, you have to be professional. And what comes with being professional is fixing the mistakes that you made and owning up to the mistakes. And knowing how to talk to people. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that we're not employees anymore. Okay? No one's holding our hand in this business. So if you don't have people skills, or if you don't know how to talk to people professionally, there's YouTube where you can Google how to talk to someone, how to be professional, or there are books that you can read. The third skill is conceptual skills. Now conceptual skills is a little hard to explain, so bear with me. But basically, they're the ability and the ideas of understanding concepts. And I know that definition might be a little tricky to understand. What that looks like for me, if I have conceptual skills, is I'm going to have a goal, which is to make $5,000 a month. I'm going to write out that goal. I'm going to write out steps to achieve that goal, and then I'm going to do those steps to achieve that goal, and then I'm going to achieve that goal and reward myself for doing that goal. Okay, so basically it's having an idea, having concepts, making steps, and following through with it. Or for an example, another conceptual skill idea would be if I came up with a problem. Like, let's say my printer wasn't working. Okay, so I would take and accept that my printer isn't working. Okay, I might get angry for a couple of minutes, but I don't have time to get angry for a couple of minutes because I need my printer to do my work. I need my printer to get paid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept that it's not working, and I'm going to start figuring out how I can solve this problem that I have with my printer. So I start creating a list of ideas. I can call technical support. I can call somebody that I know that are really good with printers or any technology. I can watch a YouTube video. You have to kind of do it quickly. You can't sit on the problem. You can't just give up on the problem, is what I mean. That's what meaning like conceptual skills are. You're just on it. You got it. You're not going to let it bother you. You're going to figure it out. And then once I come up with a solution, trying that solution. Having conceptual skills also means if I came up with a solution and it didn't work, I'm not going to get discouraged. I'm going to try the next new idea on how to fix my printer. And I'm just going to keep doing it over and over and over again until my printer is fixed. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.